Hello all. Welcome to Raw Cognizance. You'll have to forgive the lack of content on the YouTube channel. To be honest with you, I've been struggling with creating any kind of content since January 20th. I built my entire identity off this idea that America would always do the right thing. Because we as people should have come a long way from 1960s, 1950s, 1940s, 1861. Should have is the key word. We shouldn't tolerate people throwing Nazi salutes. Cincinnati didn't. Did y'all hear that story? Did you see? When the Nazis came to Cincinnati, us ran them out. Because we don't tolerate that crap. We pushed past law enforcement. Black folk, when you enter our territory, we don't like what you're doing, and you are violating our land in any kind of way, we'll do what's right every single time. Them people pushed past law enforcement, ran out the Nazis, got their Nazi flag, and burned that Nazi flag. Because Nazis are bad people. We don't tolerate Nazis in this country. We shouldn't. Too much tolerating of Nazis. Especially on X. Well, a Nazi runs X, so it makes sense, right? I'm starting to question everything about X. The legitimacy of that website. Something tells me a lot of those accounts now are bots. Bots that Elon paid for and made to spread a certain narrative. We're allowing these high school nerds, white high school nerds, stunted kids to run things, to control the narrative. Donald Trump is this boy trying to get his daddy's approval and he never got it. So we're paying for it. Elon Musk is this nerd who was bullied in high school, middle school, all his life, even by his own family. That's why he's trying to control everything. That's why he's in USAID, the Treasury, VA, Education Department, and many others. I think now he's trying to get into IRS. He wants to be able to control everything with a push of a button. This man wants to be a dictator. He's trying to turn this into a technical oligarchy. That's what he wants. The only way that you can get whatever you want in this country is if you had four things. If you're rich, if you're white, if you're straight, and if you're male. No matter what the law says. And unfortunately, that's all we got left right now. Democrats can't do anything. Well, they can. They can do a lot of things. But they're too weak. They're weak. I'm sorry. Hakeem Jeffries, what leverage do we have? What can we do? They have the House and the Senate. When Obama had the House and the Senate in 2008, Mitch McConnell found a way to block him. When Biden had the House and the Senate, Mitch McConnell found a way to block him. But for some reason, the Democrats, they always seem to play the weak card. We can't do anything. We're too weak. They had a random ass dude, standing at the Department of Education, I think it was like a week ago. He wasn't security. We had Democratic senators, House members standing outside the building going, we can't get in. That's their house. Full clearance, full authority, full jurisdiction. This man doesn't. But he stood there, you can't get in. That's like a man standing in front of your house telling you you can't get into your house. Push him out the way. That's your property. Or at least make him push you, and then you can take him out. Do something. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Do something. Get a boom box. Play Ludacris on there. Move, bitch. Get out the way. That actually might work. Make him do something to you and then push him out the way. But the Democrats, there's nothing we can do. He won't move out the way. So legislatively, I've given up. These people are weak. They are weak legislatively. And so now it is up to the courts, the law, people who abide by the Constitution, people who are constitutional. These people that believe the Constitution is law. And so far, it's holding up. So far. Him trying to freeze federal aid, freeze U.S. aid, fire all these people, inspectors generals, all kind of government people. It's being blocked. It's being blocked by every single judge that Biden appointed. For now. But let me tell you something. Trump, JD, and Musk have all said they don't care about the courts. They're going to keep doing what they want to do. And they'll keep doing it until someone stops them. That means arresting them. Because they're not going to stop. They've told you that they are a crime syndicate. That they're going to break every single law you put in front of them. Let me ask you something. If this man won the election, fair and square, this is a mandate by the people. He won all 7 swing states, despite losing 5 of them to Democrats. You won all 7 swing states. You won the popular vote. Why do you feel the need to break the law? Why not go through it legislatively? You won. You got 4 years. Take your time. Play by the rules. Why do you feel the need to want to rush all of this? You want to know why he's in a hurry? When robbers rob a bank, they're not taking their time because they realize that the cops will be there any second, so they need to get the money and get out of there before the cops can catch them. They're trying to get away with the crime. They're trying to get away with something they know they should not be doing. That's why they're in a hurry. So by the time it's found out, there's nothing that you can do about it, right? How's about we stop lying to ourselves now? Stop calling me Blue Anon. I'm over the Blue Anon bullshit. Everybody knows what happened. These fuckers stole it. They're still stealing it. But people don't want to just admit that it's been rigged. You had Elon Musk and his snot-nosed brat of a son standing in the Oval Office, making Donald Trump look like a cuck boy, like a beta male. Elon Musk's son looked right at Trump and said, I want you to shut the fuck up. You're not the president. This is a man that won all 7 swing states. And you had a little boy, a 4-year-old boy, look at him and go, don't you say a motherfucking word. And he sat there and took it. MAGA, this is your leader? Stop playing with us. We all know what the hell happened. And I'm happy to see that more people are coming out saying it. More and more people on TikTok, on YouTube, are finally coming to the realization, yeah, you know what? Maybe this was rigged. Thanks. A little late to the party. It's good to know that justice is still in play. Currently, Donald Trump does not have full control over all of the DOJ. They did find voter fraud in Florida this past week. I think last week, actually. They found it. It does exist. We just need to find the rest of it. And since they found it in Florida, they can then trace it throughout the rest of the states. And so if there is something, hopefully they can come up with something very soon before he gets all his people in, all his appointees in. And Democrats are trying to block it. They're trying. But they just talked to Linda McMahon yesterday, so I don't know. I don't know anymore. We better hurry up. If something's there, we gotta make some moves, man. This is the reason I did this video, because I wanted to be frank and honest with you. I think we've reached a point where we have to take matters into our own hands. We're doing the protest now. There was a 50-state protest, I think last week. Beautiful. On the 5th, yeah. Big. They're doing it again. 17th, Monday. 50-state protest. If you can make it, go for it. Those are great. Unfortunately, with these high school nerds, they don't care about protests. They love that. They like being treated like authoritarians, like dictators. They like feeling special. We have to embarrass them. Make them feel like they're not important. Treat them like jokes. That's what they respond to. Dictators, authoritarians, they don't respond to protests. They respond to two things: violence or making them feel like jokes. That's what they respond to, unfortunately. And so, here's our only two options. I hate to say it, but as of today, we got the courts. If that fails, then we got two options. Here's the first one. March 15th. GeneralStrikeUSA.com. I've linked it below. They need 10 million to sign up. Currently is at 200,000. For us to affect their pockets, we got to stop working. You got to stop paying our taxes. Of course, if you don't pay your taxes, that might get you in trouble, so you'll have to change your tax status. But stop paying your taxes, stop going to work. And yes, it would be for a long period of time, probably, I would hope 2 weeks, but it would probably take maybe 6 to 8 weeks to really, really hurt their pockets. But if we pull a peaceful shutdown, we stop going to work, we make them realize, hey, these people are doing stuff that we shouldn't be doing, that they shouldn't be doing, then we're not going to go to work. That would force Congress's hand to get rid of them. Force them. Because if we do a general strike and not go to work, nothing gets done, they don't make money. You have to hit them where it hurts, their pockets. So that's the first thing. March 15th. Please sign up. GeneralStrikeUSA.com. It's below. Use this time to prepare if you're going to do it. You got a month. Stock up on food. Save up. Be prepared to move out if you have to. Maybe take a vacation for a month or two. Just not work. Don't give them your labor if they're going to misuse it. So that's the first option. The next one is the Malcolm X route. There's a reason why they don't talk about Malcolm X. Because Malcolm X said, you know what? Whatever they do to you, give it back to them, but twice as much. Twofold. They'll talk about Martin Luther King Jr. Because Martin Luther King, although he was hated too, he was able to influence white folk to do the right thing. He was able to influence white folk to realize that white supremacy was not the right thing to do. And he did it in a non-violent way. That's why they like him. That's why they whitewash him. They won't whitewash Malcolm X. They'll just not talk about him. Malcolm X says, drag their asses out. Go up to that White House and drag all of these treasonous mofos, motherfuckers, let's just say it, motherfuckers, out of that goddamn White House. And make them realize, hey, you work for us. You are not going to assert your fucking racist, xenophobic mindset onto us. You don't run this. We run this. You are not gods. We don't give a fuck that you're rich, white, straight, and male. All it would take is one day. One day. We just go up there, drag out Trump, drag out Musk, drag out Mike Johnson, drag out all these treasonous Republicans, and force them to do the right thing. Because that's what we need to do. Someone needs to force them to do the right thing. If the law's not going to do it, if these weak-ass Democrats are not going to do it, and what choice do we have? Then we got to do it. Those are our options now. Until somebody wakes up and decides, you know what, let's go ahead and look at the actual results and realize, oh wait, he cheated. Let's get him out of there. Those are our options, unfortunately. GeneralStrikeUS.com, or we drag them out. The one thing we can't do is nothing. We can't sit around and do nothing. I'm sorry. We cannot sit around and do nothing anymore. We gotta do something. We gotta hurt their pockets. Or it's gonna get worse. We're gonna wait until they take over, until we can't fight back anymore, we gotta do something, guys. I am asking you to save your democracy. So what is it gonna be? Protests? Peaceful shutdown? Or we go Malcolm X? Drag their asses out. You let me know. It's time to fight. America needs to go on the offensive now. We can't sit around and watch our democracy die. Think about your children. Think about the future. Think about you. What's it going to be? We know what happened on November 5th. We know Donald Trump is illegitimate. He's acting like it. How dare you let him sit in that Oval Office looking like a cuckboy to Elon Musk? A Nazi. You want Nazis taking over now? Is America really that weak? No, sir. We need to do our job. The Constitution says, it's in the Constitution, when the government revolts, when the government becomes authoritarian, it is the right and duty of the people to protest, to revolt, and make them abide by the Constitution. Let's do it. I'm ready. Are you? It's something I've been feeling for a while. And it's something I've wanted to avoid, but it can't be avoided anymore. It cannot be avoided anymore. We have to fight. One way or another. You let me know what you want to do. Raw Cognizance. Thank you for watching.